Before Arabic was spoken, before Islam reshaped the region, North Africa had its own voice. Indigenous, African, powerful. Today we unveil the original faces of North Africa, the Berbers, Libyans, Garamantes, and Numidians. These were not the shadows of Arab civilization, they were its foundation. North Africa, stretching from Egypt to the Atlantic, was home to diverse Afro-Mediterranean peoples. The Greeks called them Libyans, the Romans knew them as Mauri or Numidai, and today they are known as Berbers or Amazighan. Their languages belong to the Afro-Asiatic family, and their cultures stretch back over 10,000 years. They built rock art in Tassili N'Ajjer, carved trade routes through the Sahara, and stood as kings and queens long before the Arab Conquest. Numidia, modern-day Algeria, Tunisia, rose in the 3rd century BCE under King Massinissa. A master horseman and strategist, he allied with Rome to defeat Carthage, then ruled as an independent African monarch. His grandson, Jugurtha, resisted Roman colonization, leading a fierce rebellion. Roman historians described him as brilliant, cunning, and deeply patriotic. Mauritania, modern Morocco and western Algeria, was ruled by the Mauri, whose kings like Juba II blended African, Roman, and Hellenistic cultures. Juba II was educated in Rome, married Cleopatra Selene, daughter of Cleopatra and Mark Antony, and ruled a sophisticated hybrid African kingdom. The Garamantes, in what is now Libya, built an underground water system in the heart of the desert and traded gold, salt, and slaves. They were described by the Greeks as black-skinned, fierce, and fast on chariots. Before Islam, North Africans practiced African spiritual traditions, Berber polytheism, and later, Judaism and Christianity. The god Amun was worshipped by both Egyptians and Berbers. The Amazighan held a deep reverence for nature, the sun, and ancestral spirits. Sacred sites dotted the mountains and oral storytelling preserved laws and values. The Tamazight language, still spoken today, was the carrier of Berber culture, identity, and memory. Their script, Tifinagh, dates back thousands of years and remains a symbol of resilience. Berber society gave women significant power. The legendary Queen Kahina led the resistance against the Arab Umayyad invasion in the 7th century CE. She united various tribes, holding off Arab armies for years. Arab sources described her as a wise and fearsome warrior, while Berber oral tradition remembers her as a priestess and protector of the land. Even earlier, Berber women held religious and political authority in matrilineal clans. In the 7th century, the Arab armies of the Umayyad Caliphate began expanding westward across North Africa. They brought Islam, the Arabic language, and new power structures. Some Berbers embraced Islam, seeing it as a path to unity and resistance against Byzantines. Others resisted, fighting to preserve their independence. Eventually, North Africa became part of the Islamic world, but not by total erasure. It was emerging, sometimes forced, sometimes voluntary, always complex. Over time, Arabic became the dominant language, and Islamic culture transformed the landscape. But the Berber identity never disappeared. Tamazight continued in the mountains and deserts. Festivals, oral histories, and symbols like the Amazigh flag kept the spirit alive. Even today, North African identity is layered, African, Berber, Islamic, and Arabized, but beneath it all, the foundation remains indigenous. North Africa did not begin with the Arab conquest. It began in caves, in trade, in queens and warriors, in mountain songs and desert scripts. The original faces of North Africa were African, resilient, and brilliant. Their history was not erased. It was layered over. And now, we peel back the layers. This is episode 2 of Africa Before the Erasure, the story of the Amazighan and the forgotten kingdoms of the Maghreb. Stay with us. The truth runs deep.